Indoor cycling, Zwift, racing, parenting. We cover those and all of our hopes and dreams in between. Welcome to the Talk Dirty to Me podcast, an entertaining look into the lives of everyday people trying to achieve virtual cycling glory from our basements and garages from around the world. This podcast is rooted in Zwift and has evolved into found friendships, fitness, health, and a little sprinkle of humor. This may be one of the only podcasts where a little heavy breathing shouldn't scare you away, because we're riding our bikes while we're recording it.
All right, everybody, welcome back. We've got another special guest this week. Everybody, welcome Gerry Hernandez, next presented by Enshored, newest pro, and our friend, Eat Dirt legend. Welcome, everybody.
What's up, Gerry?
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me on. Appreciate you guys taking the time, man.
Thanks for joining.
4:20 in the morning, Mike.
Yeah. Gerry feels my pain because it's super early where he is too. So
should we roast the guys that have overslept?
We will.
That shit when they come on.
Yeah, Greg and Kelso are a little bit late this morning. Kelso's supposed to do a ramp test, so we're gonna hold him to it.
That just
But in the
sounds
meantime,
No
Jerry, why don't you tell us a little about
wonder he
yourself?
overslept.
Where are you from? Yeah, on purpose.
He did it on purpose. Yeah, absolutely, man. Definitely. So, first name, everyone calls me Gerry because my first name's Gerardo Hernandez. I tell them my parents hated me and wanted to give me a name no one could pronounce. So, luckily enough, I got a nickname growing up as a kid, and it's Gigi. But I'm sure all you people's grandmas is called Gigi, so I kind of went with Gerry, just my name in English.
Strong choice.
So, yeah, I know, right? So Gerry Hernandez, born and raised El Paso, Texas. Kind of moved around from school a bunch. After school, I went to school at Trinity University, worked for engineering consulting firm Burns & McDonnell, and ended up planting my roots in Kansas City, Missouri, with my wife, Gianna Hernandez, and two kids, Cadence and Autumn. So, 5 and 3.
Who are adorable, by the way.
Thanks, man. Yeah, they're little demons at times too, as we all know.
Yeah.
God.
Little girls right there.
Yeah. But yeah, man,
So-
just kind of a little background about myself there.
So now you started endurance sport technically with running, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my biggest background, just growing up too, played soccer all the time. Just typical Mexican El Paso thing to do. Let's go play soccer. So I played I played all sports. Football, yeah.
Football.
I played all sports growing up. My parents saw me as a kid that were like constantly go, 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 go. So there was never a dull moment with the crap that I was in. So,
So when did you start
was-
cycling then?
so just under 2 years ago, probably. Yeah. I ran in high school, ran in college, ran for a sub-elite team, Kansas City Smoke, post-college, got an injury, jumped on the bike, and the rest is history, man.
You know, it's so funny to me because, we talked with Jay last week. Many of us have all just started cycling within the last couple of years.
Yeah.
It's just, it's amazing what you can achieve, So
Oh, I know, man. It's so much fun, and it just puts in perspective too, not what only you can achieve, but surrounding yourself with the people like our Eat Dirt crew or the Dirt crew that help you push, and who wants to get up at 4 a.m. and ride?
I'll abstain from answering that, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm the outlier.
You guys.
So when did you find the Dirt crew?
So that started right when I got on the bike, with the kids and everything. I just needed to find time, I was used to running 80, 90, 100 miles a week. And that was usually over lunch at work when I was in the office. I can get out for an hour and a half or so with some of the guys I work with, and we go run 8 to 10 miles. So it was awesome. But I got an injury, stress fracture, came back too soon, turned to arthritis, just never healed properly. So I found a way. I was like, all right, what am I going to do? So I got my brother-in-law actually cycles very actively. And we're very competitive people. So him and I, he was already an active cyclist. And so I was like, you know what, I think I can give this guy a run for his money. So I went out with him on his bike. First terrible memory of cycling. He's like, we're going to go 30 miles. I'm like, easy, got this. About 15 miles in, I was contemplating dropping, calling my wife to pick me up, and I was holding his wheel the whole time. And I was like, this is so terrible. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm a runner. I was a runner, so it's used to the hard, straight efforts. This was up, down, up, down. I'm like, oh, this is terrible. I'm like, I hate this. So I literally, he was giving me goos and gels, and 30 miles, I mean, that's what, an hour and a half at most, an hour and 45 minutes, 2 hours at most. So I'm like, this is insane. So I was so mad. So next step was I found someone selling a used indoor trainer, a Kicker Core, jumped on it, and kind of just actively put my head down and started riding. And during that time, I see people a lot on their names on the side, and it said dirt. What the heck is dirt? So I looked it up on social media, and Dad's Inside Riding Trainers, and I was a new father by the time. So I was like, let's go, I'll fit right in.
Yep.
So I reached out. I can't remember who it was I reached out to, but immediately I fell in into the Eat Dirt channel, and the Sully and Jason fell in right away. And I had so many guys reach out, TTT. I'm like, okay, we're doing a team time trial. Let's go. So I was like, I didn't know any of the guys really. Jumped in, and God, the rest is history, to be honest. Kind of started right about the same time as Jay, so just kind of fell into that about a year and a half, 2 years ago. It's crazy.
I feel like it kind of took you a while to become a regular. We never knew when you were gonna. So I don't know. Was it the 4 a.m.? What was the?
So a lot of that for me was I was still trying to pursue run. I was still trying to get back to my running because I had just come off of a 109 half marathon.
Yeah.
106 was the Olympic trials qualifier. So I was like, I didn't think I had a shot, but I just wanted to see how close I could get,
Wow.
And so what I was doing was I was slightly running, I was swimming, I was doing some weights. I was kind of doing it all. So cycling wasn't my, all right, let me jump on full time.
And then Jay just started marking you in every week.
That's exactly, after that, everyone started marking me in every week. So my first team time trial, I got on and I was like, okay, this is nice. And I was like, it's a little too easy. So I did a lot of pulling. I'm like, okay. So I went up to a C to a B group, I think. It's like, okay, cool. Awesome. And then from there, we had our espresso team, basically. And that's when Keith Miller was on, when Keith was actually good. I hope he watches this.
Shout out to Keith.
He uses the excuse that he's not, but Keith was an animal, man. I mean, him and I would go back and forth for a while. And then Jay jumped on. After that, it was just all of us. Let's go, 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 go. So, but yeah, it finally took, I think I not got the best out of myself with running, but I needed something new. And so I was like, look, if I'm going to get good at this, I'm going to go all in. So that's where it's the transition over the Eat Dirt crew and everything. Let's go. So 100% in. Felt super special when solely one day I did the endurance ride, the Sunday 2-hour ride. And Sully and Jason was like, hey, anyone want stickers? Send me your address. I messaged him right away. And he sent stickers. Literally, he sent stickers in 2 days. After that, I was like, let's go. This is it.
So you didn't pay him?
No.
Jay paid him for the stickers.
I did not. I got in probably right before when he says, hey, if you guys want stickers. let me know. I'm like,
And
let's go.
for those listening, or maybe aren't familiar, when we reference Jason, that's Jason Stern.
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
The
AKA
Dirt Father. Sturny.
Kelso told us he just sent him like cash. He's like,
Nice.
I'm gonna send you some stickers or
Maybe
something.
Was it? It was
Maybe
Kelso
I
that
should
did
do
it.
It
Yeah.
was Kelso.
I should
Sorry,
send him cash
my
then.
mistake.
But yeah, after that, it just took off, man. I mean,
Send him some next
Say-
stickers.
I remember there was a run. Eat Dirt was on it for weeks, just killing it. Like on the team time trial. You guys were
we
getting
made
first.
We made it a goal to try to beat every time, and to the point where it was like we were so good at communicating. We knew each other. You know, all of us on there. Jay, me, Tom Corrigan was on there too. Tiago. Well, I got to give crap to Tiago because all he wants to do is be a B+. The guy's an A, but all he wants to do is be a B+. Never
He's living
wants
in
to
Tiago
upgrade to
Town.
A. I know. I'm like, come on, man. You're so much stronger. But yeah, like just a lot of those guys, we just kept it going. And Brosta came on, Steve, a lot of the newer guys. It's crazy how it kind of comes in waves too.
Yeah.
So it's like, now everyone's just really taking off with it still, keeping it going.
I'm currently in the
Yeah,
Wednesday endurance ride, and Bross isn't here.
Nice.
Just so you know, he's keeping it.
I'm talking like crazy.
Yeah, all the time.
All
I
the
love
time.
it. He's super chatty, and he makes
Such
the
a
time
good
go by.
dude.
He's such
Random
a good
fact
dude.
about him, yeah. He went to Princeton. Did you know that?
I did
No,
not know
he and
that.
I are gonna have
He's a
to.
nerd.
He and I are gonna have
He's
to
a
talk some
nerd.
Ivy League trash.
Ivy League showdown.
There you go. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Where did you went to?
Columbia. I don't know that.
Columbia?
I don't know that I ever actually beat
right.
Princeton in football in college though. So I might not have much
Nice.
trash to talk.
Yeah, you will.
I'm sure you'll find something.
You'll find something. Just look at his Facebook.
We'll talk like some Hamilton trash or something, like old school, like
Oh God.
old school beef.
But
Classical literature.
yeah,
Oh,
it's
man.
been good. Other than that, so far. So
So
Yeah, guys.
now, so we'll get to it in a second, but you've joined Next, Powered by Enshored.
yep.
So
Yeah.
let's reflect on what do you think your favorite moments with Eat Dirt, which you're still a part of, but I mean,
Yes.
you're obviously
Preach.
I was
moving
gonna
on to
say,
bigger things. But what's your favorite
is-
moments over the last 2 years?
I was gonna say, don't kick me off.
I'm only gonna have to take you off the A1 chat eventually.
Fair enough. Yeah, there you go. If not, I'll just jump in there
That's-
randomly, like when
that's
they're
for
on and
strategery.
talk about-
Since I'm assuming you're gonna be
Yeah.
you're gonna be racing them, but
The Atlantic, yeah, we'll be doing the Atlantic division. I will. Jay raced yesterday for a Premier League spot,
nice.
and so yeah, we'll see. Looks pretty good in his favor, but yeah, kind of the moments for me with Eat Dirt. Mainly, I'll never forget like Jay and I. You know, has helped me a lot. Jay and Matt Brandt, as you've seen, he's come on, have helped me so much with where I am as a cyclist. I can tell you 2 years ago that I'd be right here with the guys racing. So, you know, #1 esports team next. Like, I can tell you, if you were to give me a crystal ball, I would never tell you that I'd be here, but very fortunate for you. But I'll never forget one of the like defining moments. We were doing the Paris route. Jay and I were doing this Paris route, and it was the sprint. Is it not the sprint? It's the sprint race that's early in the morning. That Brosta and Steve go at it with each other.
Oh,
I can't.
is it not the Dirty Dozen Sprint League, is it?
Yes, it's that one.
Yeah, Monday morning.
Yeah. So I was kind of barely. I mean, I'm still an A. So hard for a 120-pound guy to put out 315 watts.
Humble brag.
Dude, but it's so hard. Like, so anyways, I was trying to get my 20-minute up. So those races are right at the cusp of 20, like right there. So Jay and I saw Michael Egon with Saris in there, and I saw him in the field. I was like, Jay, come on, man, let's go, you and me. So I'll never forget, like, him and I just kind of, we didn't know each other at all, really, right then and there. Like, that's kind of where we first started getting to know each other. So I talked to him. It's like, yeah, let's go, dude. So he messaged me, I messaged him. we went after Egon. I think Egon beat us because he went like a mile out. But that was a moment where Jay and I both realized, and there was a 5-minute like really big hill in there. Where it's like, hey, where I realized, I'm like, I need to work with this guy a lot. Like, we got something good here. So that was a good defining moment for me. And then, of course, as everyone can see on our social media, or on the Eat Dirt social media, that Matt's really taken over the Baton Rouge crew. Like,
Yeah.
I could never think that we would be right here with these guys. Like, I'm only 2 hours away now that I've moved out, but I mean, Clay and his family took me in. Keith as well. Jay as well. So it's just like, even David out there. I mean, David Alexander. I mean, every weekend I was like, hey guys, let's go get a beer. Hey guys, let's go drink. Hey guys, let's go right outside. So I told them, and when I left, I told them, I was like, because I'm leaving, you guys better still do this. Like, this is something special that not many people have. Hey, we met on the internet. Like,
Yeah.
riding bikes. So, yeah, there's hundreds of moments, I'm sure. But those are kind of just the two, like, in general, the two ones that kind of stand out for me. In that
I would say
aspect of
that
things.
the Baton Rouge crew probably has a ton just with them.
Oh, man.
Like,
I mean, all their families.
to
So
me,
cool.
like that Datter Day, the anniversary Datter Day, where you guys have a picture of Jay, you, and Clay in Clay's garage.
That was so fun.
Just
I
killing
can't,
it.
like, just kind of putting it in perspective with that. Like, I was, like, super nervous. That was a point where I realized Jay doesn't ride with, like, music. Like, anything. All he does is just stare at the screen like this.
So intense.
I swear to God, I'm over here, like, with music. I have Pitbull going. And I'm like, come on, man. Clay's over here like, shut up. And I'm just like, put some music on. And Jay's just, I'm like, Jay, do you not listen to music? He's like, no, I just focus. I'm like, it put everything in perspective to me. I was like, you're crazy, dude. I was like, I don't
He
know
was
how
racing
you can
in
do
a
that.
in a bathroom, so
Yeah,
I guess maybe the surroundings set the tone.
I don't know how you could do that.
Trying not to wake up a baby, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's called
but
headphones, right?
Shout out to Clay for letting us do that, man. Clay is extremely active in the dirt community. Been such a huge proponent of us. And I can't thank him enough for him and his family. Like, I was there by myself in Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
And they took me in. I mean, God, every weekend. I was like, hey, Clay, I'm coming over. His son started calling me. Uncle Gerry.
That's awesome.
I went to one of his soccer games. I was like, yeah, that's I don't want to say what else I want to do, but hey, I'm building these relationships with these people.
Yeah.
So I'm not just bullshitting it. Sorry, excuse me. I'm not just,
It's all right.
just messing around. So it was super fun, man.
Awesome.
Well, I think the best thing is, it's like you got to spend time with them in real life, but that relationship gets to continue due to Discord and,
oh, yeah.
I'm sure texting or whatever.
Oh, yeah. And we're all very, we're all within the, within a few hours of each other. And then also our jobs are very relatable too. So Jay and I, engineers, kind of transition over to the construction management role. Clay, by the way, is a huge nerd. That dude's a nerd. He's like an analyzer engineer extraordinaire. That's so awesome. And we try to get Keith out a lot more. He just had a new baby and everything, but Keith is phenomenal. That was also a cool moment. We went to the LSU Auburn game. I was fortunate enough to take the one of our contractors helped us out with some tickets. So that was so fun to get Keith out and the crew out and do that. So.
And Kelso was down there for that, but he didn't go to the game.
He did, but
he did.
Like, he did go to the game, but he's an Auburn fan, so him and his dad and stuff bought him before. But that was also really cool. I got to hang out with his family before, have a couple beers.
That's
so,
awesome.
If you guys can't tell, try to be very social.
Sounds like you're the BTR
great.
social coordinator.
Yeah.
I was. And I'm like, that's what I tell these guys. I'm like, you guys better do this. Like,
Make
I'm
Gerry
gone.
proud.
I know. It's like, I'll come back like once a month. So, like, when I'm not working weekends. So, we'll see. Then it'll be a big party.
So going back to Clay being there for you, I mean, that's such a big deal for when you're somewhere you're not familiar with, not with people you know. Just have somebody in your corner, let alone someone in your corner who's cheering you on to exceed to the next level of what you're doing.
No, it's awesome.
So tell us about joining Next.
Yeah, man. So, you know, Jay and I and Matt have been around Jay and I have been in the Eat Dirt crew for a little while. So the opportunity came up, you know, we started realizing, you know, we always want to keep improving. And the opportunity came up. It's like, man, we're competing against these guys that are in the Premier League. If not fortunate enough, you know, beating some of them. And when the opportunity came up to join Next, you know, it was really hard at first because of, you know, our relationships that we built. The last thing we wanted to do was burn any bridges, piss anyone off. Like, oh, you're leaving, and all our friends. And, you know, thankfully after, you know, it's been about a week, I did receive nothing but support from everyone. Like, and Jay can say the same. Like, I was very thrown aback, to be honest, to realize, like, man, this is the type of people in the crew. Like, we want people to improve. And I felt that right away when when we told everyone, like, hey guys, we're making that jump. You know, we don't want to forget your roots. And, you know, if I want to be the best that I can be, I feel like this is a move that needs to happen. And everyone, congratulations. You know, so awesome. I was very thrown aback by that. And, you know, I shouldn't be, but sometimes I don't know, you know, sometimes people can have some bad blood, and that was not what I felt at all. So, yeah, we moved over to Next, number one esports and number one ranked esports team in Zwift. And those guys have been super welcoming, super enjoyable to be around. And like I was telling you guys earlier, like, they're probably inactive about 20 guys. There's 40 guys on the team, but about 20 guys active. Sometimes I get on, I'm like, what's next? What's next? Or they're like, God, this guy's always on his phone. Because we're so used to the thousands of people in dirt. Constant go, 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 go. Like, you can spend hours in there just looking through anything.
Find something to talk about.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, and that was kind of one thing that very fortunate for. I mean, I tell my wife and my kids, and they don't understand. And I'm just very happy for the dirt crew, where they've kind of helped us get to, and, you know, to the Next crew too. I mean, they've been very welcoming, and we're super pumped. And, you know, I'm just excited to grow and try to beat Jay in his damn sprint that he has now. And, God.
Well, we're excited for you, for sure.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, I think
I think
how excited everybody is for you guys is a testament to the community, but it's also just a testament to, like, what a positive influence
who they are.
Both of you were, that, you know, nobody's going to be like, as much trash as you talked. Nobody's like, oh, those guys, they know it was all fun and love and all that.
Right.
Yeah.
It was tough love. That's what it was.
No, absolutely. Exactly. And that people know me for that. I'm like to talk crap. My wife goes, I bet everyone hates you. I'm like, no way. I'm like, I do it to be fun. Like,
right.
But yeah, it was a testament to the community. Yeah, exactly. It's like, I got to. You know, you got to keep people on your toes. And people do the same back to me. If I can't take it, then I shouldn't be dishing it.
Exactly.
That's it.
Can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen.
There you go.
So what events are you lined up to do with Next?
So I think the biggest thing right now is really trying to race with these guys. I did KISS. Really, KISS is going to be a big one. And then the Premier League, the Atlantic Division, not Premier League, excuse me. The Atlantic Division.
Swift Racing, like
the next season is ZRL.
ZRL.
For ZRL. we'll really try to focus on that. You know, I'm learning how to race with these guys. It is really cool, you know, when you got guys like Brian Duffy, you know, one of the leaders of Next, telling you, all right, we're all going to attack right now. Go. Gerry, take a pull. And I'm already, like, on my limit. Like, and it's, like, pushing him further now. He's like, hey, when you bridge back up, come to the front and give us a lead out. And it's just, like, it's so cool to, like, you need those people that are going to keep pushing and pushing. It's like, damn, I would have just, no, I was like, first off, I'm still a second off the gap. So I'm, like, trying to bridge on a downhill me. So, but yeah, those are probably the main things, and then really just try to get better with these guys, communicate. I just do some more workouts with Matt and Jay when you can, and that's pretty much the main focus. Really just try to improve, you know, main thing right now, and then, you know, hopefully go for a shot at the Premier League eventually. Awesome. So we'll see.
That's great.
Yeah, man.
That's really cool.
Well, we have some questions for you that were not standard questions.
Let's do it.
Who wants to go first?
You
Drew, go for it.
Go ahead, Drew.
Yeah, no, mine was just kind of a simple one. Gerry, if you got a choice of going anywhere in the world for vacation, where are you going?
You know, I'd like to say, like, my first thought would be like, all right, let's go to Cancun or something like that so I could just sit on the beach and drink and relax. I cannot do that. Like, I cannot just, I can drink a beer, but I need to be, I'm very active. So I think I'd really like to get out, to be honest. It feels random, just Utah. Like, out in Utah, like Moab and stuff like that. Ride. And, you know, I'd like to take my wife with me, but she'd probably be slowing me down, so I'd probably just like to go solo. I can go out anywhere, to be honest. I'm very fortunate.
Sorry, Mrs. Hernandez.
Yeah, I know. So like, you're staying home. Or she'll probably
people
love
always
to
say, like, the first time you see the Rockies, people say, is just, like, mind-blowing. Like,
I know, man. That would be really cool.
Out in the middle
Now,
of
would you do
Colorado
mountain
Utah.
bike? You wouldn't road ride out there, right?
Yeah, probably gravel and road. I
Really?
do love mountain biking. I love mountain biking. It's just hard to find the time. I mean, where can I get out of bed and then come on the bike within 5 minutes?
Yep.
So, but yeah, that would probably be where I go, man. Somewhere in Utah, see something new, good beer, meet some people, and socialize. But
I get that, though, about the beach. My wife and I are the same way. She can sit on the beach and read a book and chill out for hours. Me, I'm like, let's go swimming, let's take a walk, let's go sit over here.
Yeah, exactly.
Sit down for 10, 15 minutes. That's why having a kid was great, because it gives me the perfect excuse to get up and go. Like,
That's
look,
true.
the kid, she wants to go. Olivia wants to go over here. Let's go.
That's a good way to put it. Absolutely. Yeah, man.
That's awesome.
All right, Sully, what you got for him?
Gerry, you talked a little bit about, you know, kind of going from, you really were a C at some point. That's unbelievable. But going from B to
Yeah, I was.
going from B to A to
For what, like 12 hours?
there was even a point
Half
where
of one ride.
like Gerry was pretty close to dropping back to B. This was before they got really, really good. And I was like, oh man, like when Gerry goes back to B, our frappe team is going to be unstoppable. And then he just like blew through it totally to the next
I
level.
went
another
full
gear.
on.
Yeah. So what
Yeah,
does training look like? Like, is it just racing? Like what?
Yeah.
So if somebody's like, hey, I want to
So
be like these guys. What did that look like for
yeah.
you?
Yeah, absolutely. So when I first started, you know, I was a C, and I realized, okay, I was in the back of the C, and then once, you know, it's just a game. I mean, that's one thing I tell everyone. Everyone gets pissed off and discouraged right away. I'm like, it's a game. You gotta know when to draft, where the hills are, know the course, when to use your effort, when to sit in. Like, if someone were to put like a camera in my head in the last like 2 miles of a race and realize what's going on, it's just like 50 different things. I'm looking at the Zwifter nearby, the percentage, my power up, my heart rate, you know, it's just things like that. Like, you got to just know the game.
Yep.
So, I mean, one thing I tell just kind of news lifters or people coming in is don't ever get discouraged. I mean, it's going to suck. But, I mean, it's kind of one of those things that, you know, if it's easy, everyone would be doing it.
Yeah.
So, for me, you know, very cliche, right?
How many hours a week are you doing?
Go ahead. Yeah, I'm doing a lot. But so for me, I mean, that's kind of, I came from a very high endurance. So I used to run about 80 to 900 miles. Now I'm riding anywhere from 16 to 20 hours a week.
Wow.
So it's just a little over 2 hours a day. But I'm kind of playing with some training right now. So before it was like, okay, figure out the game, get better. All right, race as much as you can. Because if you want to get good at what you're going to do in races, you got to know the game.
Yep.
So I raced a lot. Jay and I were always, let's race 6 days a week. Let's go. And then it turned into I can't do that as much. I'm getting tired. I'm not my best. And then finally, you know, Matt Brandt's really come into the picture and really helped us with understanding training. Hey, let's maybe do some workouts a little bit. Try not to race as much as often. So it really took me to my mindset to be like, look, if I'm going to do this, I'm going full on. So let's go. Like, that's kind of how my training has been. It's not consistent. I am actively looking to get into like a coach to just kind of help me tame. Because now, you know, being in that next level with these guys, you know, I got to be on a lot more than off. So I got to make sure I'm using everything as much as possible and learning as much as possible. But yeah, I write a lot.
Well, we were doing that discussion in Discord the other day of his dad just hit 10,000 miles in a year. A bunch of guys hit 10,000 miles. For the fun, I was like, Gerry rides a lot. What's your Gerry's Strava profile?
I don't know.
Where's
what
he
I'm
at?
18,000.
Say again.
18,000.
Wow.
Yeah, almost double.
Like, okay. Gerry
Yeah,
wins.
I made it a few goals when I was running to hit 4,000 for the year, and then this one, minimum 2 hours a day of riding. Like, have that in my mind.
Good for you.
So it's just, if I don't do it, I think my wife and my work and everyone they would not like me. Just relieving that energy.
Yep.
You know?
You get endorphin addicted.
Yeah, it is.
It's like you have to have them.
I know. And get excited. That's the best thing about this is like, I'll go to bed sometimes and then he's like, I can't wait to get up at 3 a.m. to go,
Yeah.
you know, get ready, drink coffee, wake up, and then go race. It's like, who does that?
Crazy people.
It's
my addiction.
That's a good thought. One of the things people ask about or we talk about regularly is like pre-race routine. So you're racing at 4 a.m. Like
typically, yeah.
What do you eat?
Typically.
What do you eat? What do you drink? Like, how do you warm up?
Yeah. So I usually, for me, I try to get at least half an hour warm up in. Main thing that I do is I'll do some like 2 to 5 minutes of zone 2. I'll do some high interval like sprints, like 10 seconds all out. And then just kind of ease into it. Just kind of wake up the system a little bit. As far as eating goes, I'm not the best about like pre-meal stuff. Like if you ask guys like Jesse, oh man, every time I'll never forget. Jesse told us all the stuff he does before. And I think all of us thought the same thing. We're like, Jesse how do you say his last name? Keaton? Keaton, there you go. Jesse. I was like, damn, that's an expensive morning, dude.
Pre-workout and the whole.
Yeah, pre-workout, during. I'm like,
that's not even recovery.
No,
that's
so
just to get on the bike.
Yeah, so and then I mean, in that aspect, I try to drink a lot of coffee. I'll have a pre-workout when I'm doing like big races, but really just a ton of coffee. Got my coffee right here. Nice Eat Dirt mug too.
Hey,
nice.
Rep it.
That's awesome.
Branding.
But yeah, that's
branding.
That's
that marketing
that's
team.
kind of the most part of what I do. And get the mindset really. Just try to stay focused, you know. And that's I think that's the best thing too about Zwift is, hey, you might not have your best day today, but wait 8 hours and there's something else online that you can jump onto.
There's another race coming.
Like, yeah, there's so many options and so many people too. So, yeah.
So
that's kind of my pre-workout.
I have a question from the community.
Let's do it, man.
So this is, someone writes, ask him why he left Baton Rouge without saying goodbye. Signed.
Oh God,
Jimothy Brunicorn. P.S. I'm never gonna forgive you. I don't know who that would be.
That was awesome. I still haven't left. I still haven't left yet. I gotta put that in perspective. Sully, I just passed you on there. That's awesome. Just saw you.
I see that next jersey. I better chase, but I'm gonna train a road workout.
No, I went down. Me and my wife have been in the car for 12 plus hours already to pick up my stuff, and we got to my apartment, and she was like, "I just want to get back out of here." So when the wife and I kind of like, "All right, let's just get out of here." Like the guys were meeting up, but it was on the other side for me, so it'd have been like another 45 minutes. So they were trying to meet up. Jay had just made Worlds. I couldn't do it. I felt so bad. I told him, I was like, just wait. I mean, I'm 2.5 hours away. Give me time. We'll make it worth it. Like, I'm sure him and Clay, when they did go out, him, Clay, and Keith, I bet he was boring as hell because I wasn't there with him.
Nobody was talking.
Yeah, exactly.
They're just like silently looking at each other. They're like, we're not doing this again, are we? No.
I need to. I felt really bad. And I know Jay gives me crap anytime he can. Jimothy Brunicorn.
Jimothy Brunicorn. Long may he reign. Our
That's
awesome.
Champion. No, I'll make it up. Promise. I do feel bad about it.
The other thing he said to ask you was about your tattoos.
Oh, man.
As a fellow tattooed individual, tell me about yours.
Yeah, man. So I got one of them. It's a drunken night in college. I got a bowl in my back right here. It's just like one of my buddies had the same tattoo.
It's always the back that gets the college drunken night, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, let's go get drunk. Let's go do that. So dumb.
For the record, mine's a butterflies tramp stamp. Sorry, continue.
The bad thing about it for me was, I was in college, so I was running, so I didn't take care of it as well. So they had to come back and recolor it. Oh my God. Recoloring a tattoo that's already been filled, and this is all black. Terrible. So that one's that. The other one, 18 years old. There's a story there, but that could be a long time. Just typical Mexican dude, like, let's get our last name tattooed. So I have my last name, Hernandez, kind of tattooed on my ribs.
Ooh.
Me, my dad, and my brother all did it. So I thought I was one of the coolest 18-year-olds senior in high school. And then, yeah, that one hurt. And then
it's not like you have a short last name either.
I know, God. And then it's filled in too. And then
At least it wasn't hyphenated.
No. I let my 4-year-old spell her and her sister's names. So I have Autumn and Cadence right here.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was cool. I surprised my wife with that. And she's like, what the? That she didn't cuss, but she's like, she didn't even know what to say. I'm like, I did it. It's my
cool
body.
Idea, though.
He's like, no regrets.
Yeah, exactly. And then this one across, there's 6 members of my immediate family. So they're barn swallows. So, it's kind of one of those things like, originally from El Paso, Texas. I never forget where I came from. First gen college student, whole 9 yards. So the barn swallow reflects kind of always going back or always knowing where you come from. So each there's 6 of us. So my parents and then me and my 3 other siblings. So which are really close, thankfully.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
that's great.
But I think
Instagram takeover for your mom's birthday, by the way.
Dude, that was awesome.
Classic. Like, it was entertainment all day.
No, my
awesome.
family is just they like to party. They like to have a good time.
Yeah, it looks
my
like a
wife,
good time.
yeah, like, and that's the difference of cultures too. You know, my dad's from Mexico, Guadalajara. My mom's family's from California, and my wife's family's from Alabama. So, as you can see, a very Caucasian, a very Mexican relationship. Super cool,
Very cool.
but just very different. But blending
That's
cultures.
Awesome. It's so cool for your daughters, though, to be able to see both
Yeah,
sides.
but they look super white, though. they're so blonde, and I'm
mom's
like,
genes.
I'm like, what the heck?
That's
Wow.
it. Mom's genetics came through.
There you go.
Hey,
My parents,
would you
my
rather
parents
look
still,
like you? I'm glad every day my
No,
daughters look like
that's
their mom.
No, that's true. You're right. That's very
100%.
true.
I told them if she's 15 and has a beard, we're going to have to go to the doctor.
Yeah, something's wrong. That's
my
awesome.
parents still tell stories about their wedding because my mom's Cuban and my dad's like from
Nice.
Georgia. So, you know, in the middle of the wedding, like the reception, my grandfather, like my Georgia grandfather, like gets up and switches tables because he's like, no, they're having more fun over there. Let's go.
That's exactly. That is. That's just how it is. It's like when my family comes into town, it's like, all right, we got to get ready to party for all night.
Yeah.
So, those are
the whole
but yeah,
time.
yeah. So it's really fun. I wish I was close. Wish I was close to them, but I'm so fortunate we're close to my wife's family.
Yeah.
They help with the kids when I'm not
Family's
there.
important.
Oh, yeah. Family and kids. They're like indispensable.
Need the help.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Especially when you
So
got more
much
than
help.
one.
Yeah. Yep.
So, Gerry.
For
Yeah,
our
man.
anniversary, we sent one kid with one set of grandparents and two kids with the other set of grandparents. It was amazing.
That's hard.
Divide and conquer.
I'm
yeah.
so jealous of that, by the way.
You got
One
family
day.
around?
I do, but my mom lives probably 40 minutes away. She's got
Oh yeah.
quite a few dogs. And my kids are
Fair
little,
enough.
and I don't want to like put them in a position where her dogs do something to the kids, or
Yeah.
not on
sure.
purpose, but just happenstance.
Oh, I hear ya. Oh, for sure. Yeah, man.
But
So you're gonna go ahead, man.
well, I was gonna say we were talking about doing a ZRL wrap up, and I figure what better perspective for A than you. What do you
Oh,
think?
man.
What's your favorite parts of the season?
I thought we had to ask him his favorite flavor White Claw first.
Oh yes, that too.
God, you guys see that photo? I still have.
So you purchased the Bud Light Seltzer pack,
Dude,
holiday pack. What was the best flavor?
the toasted marshmallow. Like, hands down.
Now, do you have like a
what?
sweet tooth normally?
No, but I think a
No?
lot of it, what might have been, I was already a little intoxicated.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is the best thing ever. I had one on Saturday, right after one of the, or not right after, but I was like, let me try it. It's not as good as I thought. But I didn't want to start opening them all again. So
It's all
toasted
perspective.
marshmallow.
Do you have any Clay Jackson fishing stories?
Oh man, Clay. I went out once with Clay fishing. And I never realized, I wish I would have gone so many more times. I never realized being with Clay, like, it's exhausting in terms of, you just get the reel, just get the reel out, just get in the water, That's all you gotta do. So here am I the whole time. Just go. And I went with him and his wife. I was like, it was so fun. I was so hot, but it was one of those things. We caught some stuff, but not very many. But fishing
You're quite the angler for sharks.
Yes, that was really cool, actually. I kept losing, like, my hook. And he's like, just keep doing it. I give it to Clay, get another one. Clay would fix it, put another hook on. I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I finally get it, and I pull something in, and it's probably like a good 3-foot shark. And he's like, pull it in. And I'm like, staring at it. I'm like, no. In my mind, I'm like, I'm not pulling this damn thing in. And, like, if I would have pulled that split second that I thought to myself, no. If I would have pulled, it would have came in. But immediately it bit the took the line off and then
Took the line off.
went away. So I was just like, I wish I got a photo of it so people would believe me, but I'm glad Clay was there. Be like, yeah, he got it.
So did you tell him he needs a bigger boat?
Yeah, always. He's always trying to get a bigger boat.
Sorry, that's a Jaws reference.
He bought a nice new bike instead. Like that.
Priorities are there. That's all.
It's probably equivalent price, right?
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, that's a cool story. That was really
Were you able
fun.
to identify what kind of shark it was? Or?
Dude, I don't fish. I'm from the desert.
we'll ask Clay.
Yeah, born and raised in the desert. Like we have to dig 20 feet to get to water.
That's
So, but yeah, no, it was super fun though. Yeah,
right.
man. I
So
forget. Go ahead.
tell me about your ZRL experience. Highlights,
Yeah.
bad times,
So,
good times.
I mean, first off, the ZRL. I mean, as you all know, racing for points is so different than racing like to win overall.
yeah.
I mean, you got to be on all the time, or you just got to know your role. I was fortunate enough, for one, like that ZRL really taught me, one, with having Matt and Jay there, specifically Matt, to really hone in and guide us on what we need to know, what we need to do. Kept pushing us and really motivating. Like, the dude would send us motivational stuff all the time. Like, it was awesome. But from the ZRL perspective, I'm not a sprinter. I don't want to say I'm not a sprinter. I have a decent 30 to a minute, like, kind of bomb that I can let go, but if I'm on, but it really, that ZRL experience taught me you got to be a sprinter.
Yeah.
Like,
That's where the
I
points
was
are.
always on, for the points. I was always on the limit with every sprint. I'm like, this is terrible. But from that perspective, we got lucky. I think one of our favorite moments probably was that Yorkshire course, just up and down, up and down. I'm very unfortunate to use the anvil at the wrong point and then had a power drop out. I mean, that was so new to everyone, like, especially someone like me where it adds, I forget what it added, like 5 kilos or something like that.
I thought it was
Like
more.
it was
I think it's
ridiculous.
relative to your weight. It's like 10% of your weight.
It was surreal.
Yeah.
So I used it at the wrong point. Jay and Matt went off the front with Aaron. And that, like, I was like 30th at that point, pissed off that I lost the front group. But we reeled them all in, me personally. Matt got second. Jay was like 3rd or 4th. Aaron was 5th. So it really put in perspective to me, like, damn, we have a really good team. We can really do something come the playoffs. And, unfortunately, the time trial, there were some issues with the time trial on some of the teams that we thought, like, we did everything right. Still recorded weigh-in height videos. That, by the way, is so stressful. Like, Jay.
How many times did you re-record?
Oh my God, like 6 times.
Yeah,
Like,
me too.
God, I forgot
I only did it
forgot
3.
to put the weight on. I'm like, this is dumb. I forgot to put the weight on. Oh, I forgot to show the time. I had, like, it was ridiculous. But
Drew,
anyways,
should I insert the video you sent me into the podcast so people know what we're talking about? I mean,
is this Drew's weigh-in video?
Is this
His
a height
Drew's
video or
video.
his weigh-in video?
his weigh-in
The
video.
weigh-in video.
It was
That's
That was like my
hilarious.
8th attempt.
He had
First, like 3, so
he had
we
the
have, like,
thick
the rubber
November
mats in our weight room.
mustache.
Yeah, the mustache was added.
That made it so much better.
But we have like these rubber mats in our weight room, so I was using the scale on the rubber mats, and I wasn't get the accurate measurement because I guess like it was like squishing too much into the rock. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
So I did like 3 like measurements, and I was like gonna text Sully and be like, "Screw this! Like I can't get the weigh into work. Not doing the playoffs." But then I moved it onto the tile, and I was like,
That's awesome.
user error.
I did find out too. Like, I had 5'7" in the game, and I'm like, shit, I'm only 5'6".
I had a similar experience.
Which helps, but
Measure
still.
is 5'10", and I measured 5'9" and a quarter. And I was like,
Nice.
oh my gosh. I just got
That's
crushed.
awesome. I know.
I'm not
it's
sure
like,
how
oh,
accurate the book on your head measurement method is. I lost the centimeter, but
I was gonna say, and the other thing is, if you did it at the end of the day, some people may not know this, but the discs between your vertebrae are like squishy, and they will compress throughout the day.
Nice.
It's real. It's real. So you're taller in the morning than you are in the evening.
Huh, didn't know that. But yeah,
Very
it's
cool.
other than, I mean, ZRL experience phenomenal. I went in, you know, they're like, all right, G, since Matt got sick, Beck couldn't make it, Aaron, Jay, and Bill went for sprints. See, I went in seeing how long I could hold with those, God, the Ben Hills of the world and those professional guys. Those guys were insane up that mountain. And I got, if you watch the video, I got just over halfway with them, and I gave everything I could. So it just made me, all right, I got to go back to the drawing board, really focus. Then again, it's really hard, too, knowing the game. How often are we going to race a 20-minute hill?
Yeah.
You know?
Not very
It's
often.
like, you know, cool, okay, I can do it now, but you got to really hone in on that 3 to 6 minute effort with every course on here. So,
Jerry,
that's
what
kinda
place
where-
did y'all come? What place did y'all come in last season?
well, so
You
we
remember?
came in first in our Atlanta group, and then
Last season or
overall-
this season?
Oh, last season.
Racing APAC.
Dang, dude. I think we were like 6th or 7th.
Yeah.
And then we won it.
What were your
My bad.
expectations coming into this season? Like after
I
kind of
think
6th
everyone
or
was
7th and 8th?
everyone was so motivated too at this season. Like when we were on, we were on. You know, it's unfortunate, like, you know, some of our guys couldn't make it. Like Beck is one of the strongest guys I know. Chris Beck, Aaron Coles. Aaron was just getting into shape. Matt is a freak. Jay was on fire. You know, I was right there trying to help these guys. And even the guys under us, like, or not to say under us, but the guys trying to make it with us, like Brian Follers, the Rob, like, it only motivated them. So we were just so highly motivated that we knew, I mean, our goal was to get a Premier League spot. And if everything played into effect, I really think we would have had a chance if we would have had Matt Branton back there that day. So, no, we won it and then made the playoffs. And very fortunate to be in that situation.
And
Best of the
you
best.
you guys won the division against some pretty tough teams, including
Yeah,
your team.
our current team. Yeah, we beat Next. We beat Relentless. We beat everyone, but it was
Evo. Yeah, it was some tough
Evo.
competition.
They were, yeah. It was super fun. You know, Next couldn't consistently put guys together, so that kind of helped us out a little bit. But the Evos and the Relentless,
they have 40 guys on their roster. No excuses.
yeah.
Play like a champion.
True. That's very true. Yeah. We were just, I'll never forget, like, when we were there, we're like, all right, here comes Derek Turk. When Derek Turk's there, it's like, oh, man. I'll show you guys a video of some of the guys streaming yesterday when they're racing for the Premier League. Derek Turk's a professional. It was surreal watching him. It's just like the dude's riding 400 watts off the front away from everyone. It's like, but I mean, so it was like, all right, cool. We got lucky with some things like that, but for the most part, we really got lucky with honing in on points and strategy. Like we knew, I mean, you knew the game. So it's like, all right, Jay, Aaron, Bill, it's all you. Gerry, go for the climb, first over, stuff like that. So
I love the
time.
week that Bill didn't make the roster, and then he won the race, and
it's like, really, dude?
in the evening.
Oh, no, that was really funny. Yeah, we didn't put him. I forget why we didn't put him in. I don't remember. We give Jay that power. It was Jay's call. So blame Jay. We just gave him input. And, you know, there's a lot of times, too, that's the best part about it. Like, Jay and I, hey, I don't know if we're the best to put in this right now. I'm happy to sit out on this round. At the end of the day, I mean, it came out like, okay, no, you guys need to be in it, but we were all about what's best for the team.
Teamwork. Yeah.
You know?
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's the best part about it with all of us. So,
It's cool that you could have that kind of honesty with the team too.
yeah. Yeah. It's like, dude, I'll sit out, believe me.
We weren't that way. All three of us were like, no, we're racing every week.
That's awesome.
I think
Well,
Sully
we only
was
had
actively
what?
trying to get out of a couple races, but we wouldn't let him.
Seven people on the roster.
Good.
That's
we
true.
won.
We just had one. We only needed one sub.
Yeah.
So
You guys got some like fancy helmets, right?
no,
We
well, I
did.
think
Still waiting on those.
so I think you guys technically will too.
Yep.
Because you made the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
So I mean,
cool.
you were the champions of your division.
Oh, that's
I think-
cool.
I don't know if we get
didn't
like
know that.
Typical WTRL fashion. It's clear as mud.
I know.
I think it took about a
Yeah,
month last
sure.
time, maybe longer.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, sweet. That's awesome. Good to know.
Yep.
Well, yeah,
But
guys.
You're gonna have to wear it in your different jersey.
I don't know why I'm not a helmet guy with the avatar.
What do you
but
wear?
If it looks cool. I know. I just
Safety first, Jerry.
I know. I don't have any. I just have my hair and just the regular.
I'm still
like
rocking
this,
that
like the-
backwards map hat.
There you go.
I wish they had a
I
black
told you.
one. If they had a black
I told
backwards
Dodd
hat,
the
I'd do that.
story. I was showing my daughter one of the streams that Dodd did of our TTT one time. She's like, "Oh, who's that? And who's that?" And she saw Dodd. And she's like, "Why is he riding inside, but everybody else is outside?" And I was trying
That's
to explain
awesome.
to her like it's a video game. But then at that point I didn't have a helmet on. I got like a hat. She goes, "Dad, it's not safe to not wear a helmet."
There you go.
I
Smart.
was like,
Kids
"You're right."
keeping it real.
Like, I should put a helmet on for next
I
time.
know. That's awesome. Heck yeah, man.
Well, Jerry,
Oh.
thank you so much
But
for
yeah.
joining us, man. This has been a lot of fun.
No, I appreciate it, guys. No, just kind of some last thoughts before I go. Is just
Yep.
thank
Go
you
for
for
it.
the support. I mean, really, thank you guys for everything you've done. This is so cool. Puts everything into perspective, and appreciate the willingness to put me on and, help me get to that next step. And, like I told everyone in that shout out is, you never forget where you came from. Same thing with my family. You guys have been a family to me, and I've traveled a lot over the last 2 years, and being away from my wife and kids, terrible. But knowing that I got like the dirt crew and all these other crews out there, like, has made it so much, I don't want to say easier, but it's just helped me really be in a better spot more than anything. So I appreciate it. Thanks for letting me push and not kicking me off the team of the Discord. I need to go throw some beer pictures in there. Oh,
That's right. Keep them coming.
I really do appreciate the support and everything you guys give. Shout out again to Jay and Matt for helping me. All the guys in the Atlantic Division too. Bill, Aaron, Beck. I mean, Bill's been a huge proponent as well. And then, our new team coming up. We're gonna do great things, keep pushing, and be better with the community and help them push up towards getting to that, hopefully that number one team and bettering everyone. So I really appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, you're
Thank
more
you,
than
man.
welcome.
Yeah,
I think,
absolutely.
I think one of the
Thank you for joining
things
us.
we
Thank you for
all
pushing all of us.
strive for on this venture that we're doing is kind of highlighting individuals who have done so much, but also the community itself that supports all of us. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
especially
pointing that
just with the last 2 years and the pandemic and people being
I know.
indoors and disconnected, and even like at some point we probably have a bigger conversation about just men and friendships and community, and just I think the community's been so important for so many people in a hard time.
Yeah, exactly. I'm very lucky, very fortunate to be in this position.
well, we'll be cheering you on for sure. So
Awesome, guys. Yeah.
100%.
man.
Thank
all
you.
right. Well, on that note,
All right, guys.
we'll see you guys on the next one.
Later, guys.